G'day, Sparkman here, and welcome back to our Red Bull Motorsport Manager F1 2022 Manager Mod say. Alright, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the Mexico City GP. Now, a win for Perez today will see him take the lead of the Drivers' Championship, and how fitting would it be to do it at his home Grand Prix, to win a race at his home GP, and then to take lead of the championship with, what are we at, like 2 races after this one? Yeah, so 3 races to go on the entire season. It's going to be a huge one. But just before we get started, I just want to quick say, if you're enjoying the series still, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions in the comment section below. Alright, on to prep for the Mexican GP. Now our rear wing is done, so we're going to go ahead and build a new part. It is going to be a suspension, but it's going to be very illegal, so it's going to be a next year part, just in case we continue to play. Just the fact that I don't want to build any more parts for this season, because we already got to develop so many parts. We've got a lot of parts to develop, but speaking of those parts, we're going to work on the front wing. That's going to be our new part for Perez. We've cracked the 1400s on the front wing, so hopefully we see a bit of a performance boost. But yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty quiet preparation period. Alright, qualifying time. Now, it's been a rather alternate universe kind of weekend here. We've had Russell faster than Hamilton and Verstappen faster than Perez all weekend. There's been little bits of rain just scattered around the session. We get an absolute monsoon in Q2, and then we just have rain sprinkled out through Q3. So we pick our time well in the middle of the session, and we send him out at the end, and Russell will actually take pole, and we'll line up 2nd and 3rd. So Hamilton down in 5th. It's been very strange, but I'm sure the race will hopefully be a bit more normal, where we're faster than the Mercedes, but we'll see how we go. Alright, race day here in Mexico. Now, a wild Q3 with Russell, I believe, taking his first pole position of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I don't know, it's just weird. It's been strange. Perez was really down in practice. I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, he was down to like 7th. I'm not sure if he just had a bad session. We got all the feedback we needed out of him, and Verstappen obviously, but yeah, it's just been weird. But Q2, rainy Q2 has unlocked tyre sets. There's going to be rain here, which is going to make this race even more interesting. As I hinted to last episode, the tyre wear around here is very different. But we can pretty much go pretty hard on these tyres. We got light footed, and the rain's going to hit about 20 laps in. I think the AI will have to pit between now and the rain period, but let's see how we go. Hopefully we can get Russell on the line. I don't see a drastic drop down, and we will. Perez is going to get Russell there quite easily. We jump on board Verstappen, who's gone 3 wide into turn 1. And Ricciardo's in 2nd, and Russell's dropped down to 4th. So terrible start from Russell. Hamilton down in 10th now, just dropping back. And right now, Checo is well and truly away, looking like he could win his home Grand Prix if we don't have any crashes. His first home Grand Prix that he's won. Obviously in real life, he's only ever won 2 races in Azerbaijan and in Bahrain. He's won quite a few more this season. Never his home Grand Prix. Got a podium, but never won his home Grand Prix. So hopefully we can change that today. But Max Verstappen having a good battle here with Alonso. We will win out, which is good to see. And we're going to look to just chill on the tyres, because we don't want any crash outs. But we'll also turn Verstappen's fuel down while we remember. He doesn't really need it at the moment. I think we'll get the McLaren just on normal sort of push mode. The McLaren's not that quick, but let's speed through this race a little bit. It's going to be quite a long race with a lot of tyre changes. 71 laps around here. It's a bit insane, but Verstappen's actually been overtaken by both Mercedes. But I mean, who really cares? Because the constructors is pretty much, yeah, we mathematically secured it. It's all about Perez now. So Verstappen can play a role with the Mercedes, but he's just fallen back anyway. So we won't be too focused on Verstappen for the rest of the season. It's pretty much all about Perez, which we decided to switch that earlier on in the season. But let's tell Verstappen to chill out a bit. And hopefully we can guide Perez to win in his own Grand Prix. Alright, so rain beginning to fall on the track, just as predicted. The top drivers all had to pit. Ricciardo's almost gone through his 2nd set of slicks, which is insane. So is Russell. They're just smashing down those tyres. It's not quite time to pit anyway. We're going to wait for the radio calls to come in. Okay, maybe they're not coming in. No, that's fine. It's still pretty much... There it is. Okay. I was sort of getting a bit suspect that maybe it wasn't going to come in, but... Perez called for it, and now we'll also put in Verstappen, sorry. I don't know why. I just say Hamilton every now and then. But I just want to make sure I get the inters right. I don't want to mess up the strategy on Perez's home Grand Prix. There's too much riding on this, but we've got quite a gap between us and Hamilton now after his botched strategy that the AI just always do. But you can pretty much count on them when it rains about 20 laps into the race. You can count on them having to pit unnecessarily when they could have just gone on the harder compound, especially today because the tyre choice was unlocked due to the rain in Q2. But speaking of rain, here it comes now. And yeah, I think this is going to be a two-stop race. We're going to stop again to get onto a fresher inters. I just don't think it's, not late enough in the race. So that's fine. We can push on this tyre a little bit if we need to get up to temp. But we're pretty much just looking after the car. We're in a good chunk of clean air now, which is fantastic. Hamilton still isn't pitted, which is quite bizarre because it's now quite wet on the track and his tyres are dead. So I don't know why he's not pitting, but we'll sure as hell take that. When are you going to pit, Lulu? He pits now and comes out on the inters, but he is well behind our boys. And strategy has really come up big today. Look at that. So we right now, as things stand, Perez holds quite the gap over Lewis Hamilton, 11 points. And bar any crash outs, he could be on for his first home GP win. Alright, so about the halfway point, and I have literally just been able to sit on conserve and the tyre heating stayed dead in the middle, which is awesome. I don't have to keep playing with it. That's because, this track's just so intense on tyre heat that even on conserve it still maintains a good balance, which is good for micromanagement because you don't need to do a lot of it. But we're going to pit in the boys again. They're going to need a pit again. Hamilton's tyres are shredded too, so he's going to have to come into the pit. So it's been quite a routine race here despite the weather conditions. It's not going to get close to wet conditions, so inters are definitely the right call. And Verstappen will follow Perez into the pits. Hopefully all is good. We've remembered to rotate the pit crew, so there shouldn't be any issues. But there it is. Pit stops are now done. Now where is Hamilton going to come out? He is going to come out behind Russell, which is quite unexpected, but we'll take that one. And we're just counting down the laps now. This has been quite an easy race. Alright, final lap time here for Perez at his home Grand Prix. And Russell had to pit a fourth time because he wore down those tyres so much. And Hamilton will probably make it to the end now, but man, he was cutting it fine. But all the focus is on this man who will take the lead of the championship at his home Grand Prix. The Mexican will love this. First Mexican GP win for Sergio Perez as he rounds the final few corners. It's just been a solid drive from both our boys. Quite a basic race. It's just been all strategy. But here comes Sergio Perez and wins his home Grand Prix. Woohoo, great job everyone. That's what we love to see. Congratulations Sergio. Hopefully we can convert that 11-point lead. Oh, it's actually changed a bit. 8-point lead because Hamilton went up onto the podium above Russell. So an 8-point lead to a championship would be fantastic. Verstappen wanted the race win, but Perez just put in a shift, finished 31 seconds ahead of him. I'm sure there's some pretty rowdy podium celebrations going on the grid and the podium there with all the Mexican fans loving to see their man on that top step. He picked up the fastest lap as well, so maximum points from this race. He had a job to do. He did it to perfection today. And I'm actually happy that Max got second. It was looking like he wasn't going to be in contention this race after go overtaken by both the Mercs early on, but he came back strong. Overall, amazing race for us. Perez is a home race winner. Nothing beats winning in front of the home fans. You got that right. Awesome job from Perez. First home win of his career. But 2 races to go in the championship. The current gap stands at 8 points between us and Hamilton. We are now in the leading position, which is awesome. We've obviously mathematically secured the constructors as well. That gap could extend by even more and could win it by close to 200 points. But that'll be all for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Consider subscribe if you haven't already. Leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you next time out for Interlagos GP, which is back to back with today's Grand Prix.